All right, here we go. We're on home stretch. We're gonna finally put the 12 bar on, and that'll complete our Impact Tech install. I'm very delighted to see that the only things that's left in my Impact Tech set is these 4 bolts and washers and this bad boy. Pretty sure I'm about to run into the issues with the license plate, but we're gonna figure all that out. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I've identified that this one, the one back here, and the one back here are the ones I need to take out. This might be a 9. Yep, that's a 9. And these back here, it's also a 9. With the TST Industries license plate holder, you got these 4 bolts. I'm pretty sure I need to take them off to get access from the top. So I'm taking these off. Right now, off of first thought, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to drill holes through it. I need to drill holes. It's gonna seem a little silly, but I basically mounted this back on, right? And then took out one side's hardware, right? Here and here, see? One side's hardware. And then I shoved the screwdriver through and I started doing this. And then I was able to figure out exactly where I'm going to need to drill the holes on this bad boy. I'm gonna go do that right now. Let's just hope that I made them wide enough. I'll drill them wider if I need to, but I think that's fine. All right, so I've been doing a lot of work on this, and then I realized, you know, drilling the holes over and over and over, I realized there's this giant wedge that TST has. I'm pretty sure this wedge, look how thick it is. It's space that I'm going to need when I'm actually putting on this 12 bar. Just look at that. It's like about the same, the wedge. So I'm gonna look for another license plate mounting solution. If I can't get anything, then I might have to ride without a license plate. Maybe I can just bend this a little bit more. I don't know if that's gonna be possible, but bend it, shove it up in there so it's bending out. I don't know. Then maybe place the Impact Tech right under. At that point, all these holes, they're gonna have to be that big. So all these pieces can fit right through.
Later, in the void.
I go looking for answers. I find this photo from East Coast Dish on Reddit. This license plate bracket is underneath. So I message him. He tells me he had to thread his 12 bar. Just make sure if you thread it from the top all the way to the bottom.
Later. One week later.
Okay, so I finally got the bottom bracket attached to the 12 gauge from Impact Tech. And I'm going to finally install it here. So what's happening is I'm loosening these because they're running into the threads of the bolts above it. The bolts above it take priority. They need to hold this. They need to hold this onto the frame. The license plate, not as important. You know it's bad because the way I'm testing this, I can try to show it. quick way of knowing if you're in my predicament is if these are tightened all as much as you can, well, not, you know, going too crazy. These are tightened as much as you can, but you can still move the washers around. It's not tight. After you've tightened them, when you're trying to move the washer, it's not moving. It's just tight. The washers are not moving. I just realized that making the threading this way was probably a bad idea. I had that thought last night, and I confirmed it just now because look at this. That's as much space as I got before the top bolt is coming through. I already have a solution for this. I'm just gonna go to the hardware store. Instead of trying to use small, tiny little bolts that go in there, which is not even gonna work, the thread's gonna go out. I'm just going to get longer bolts, have them go through here. It'll be like the bolt just goes through and then gets tightened on this side. Don't make this mistake. If you're going to thread it M6 by 1.0, so M6, from the top of this thing downwards. That way you have one thread that goes this way. There's no reason to play a game like I did, thinking this was a thick piece of metal, threading this way and then keeping the existing thread down. Just use the existing thread down, thread all the way through.
1 hour later.
I got more than I probably need of M6 bolts, nuts, washers, and some Loctite. That's all I got clearance-wise. That's barely any for this. So I realized I made a big mistake. I should have not tried to thread from the bottom up. I should have just threaded from the existing top all the way through, down to the bottom. And that's okay because, you know, I think a steel bolt will take aluminum out any day. So, but I'm sacrificing on the threading here, which basically means I'm about to have this, a bolt going all the way through down here, a washer on the bottom, and maybe I should put washers in between so they don't scrape on the metal. But anyway, what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna have a nut holding it together in one large bolt going all the way through. So I went to the hardware store and I bought those bolts. There we go. So now what's left is to put the license plate on and we're complete. Oh, I can see it coming together. Finally. Putting on the last piece. Boom, boom. Now I just gotta tighten all these up. That's that. Holy moly. All right, let's see how it goes. Okay, so the last thing that I need to do to get these to go on each side of the Grom, I need to make a hole somewhere around here. Well, we got our first hole. Now we're gonna have to sand and grind and see how that works. So this first one is done. I got it sanded off to this much. Let me get all that off. I got it sanded up like this. The trick wasn't to sand all the way down here. It's sand as close to this ring as you can, even though like you gotta be really careful because you don't want to sand into this. So you gotta expose this pretty much halfway and then it'll sit close up. So I'm finishing up for the left side piece. I wasn't able to get it on without cutting all the way around. There was so little plastic at the end here, it didn't make sense to keep it. It was gonna break anyway. Okay, I just want to show you the clearance on these after cutting them up. I'm having a hard time seeing, so I don't even know if you can see, but let me see if I can get my phone to shine a light on it. So that's just one side. You can see the clearance is there. Okay. This side, I'm not sure how this looks. So there's a little bit more. Some stuff's touching. Like this one was a sloppier job, but you can't really see it if you just up here looking down from the back, you just can't see it. So it's success in my book. All right, I'm ready to take the Impact Tech Grom on its maiden voyage. I'll get better shots when it's out there. I got them black rear sets, red pegs, a white 12 bar. My camera's also gonna die soon, so let me just get one more angle and just get out of here.
Soon after.
It's pretty good. I'm still trying to work out like the shifting. It's kind of odd, especially when the bike is not on. But I'll take some photos and I'm gonna let you guys look at them. There's a walk around. All right. Enjoy the photos. The next thing I'm doing with this thing is putting on a Laminex front yellow tint. I don't know how that's gonna make it look. I don't even know where my front yellow tint is, but I got this mess I need to clean up, so see you in the next video, guys.